What's up, YouTube, man? I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I ain't made a video in a while, but we back with another one.
It's us.
Today we are interviewing a former college athlete. Just gonna ask him some questions about his recruitment process, how college basketball is, and we're just gonna get into it. Stay tuned. Oh, man, Amarion. Appreciate you coming. Talk about your little situation, but let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Amarion Pettis. I'm from Crestview, Baker, whatever. Everybody know where I'm at. I go to Belhaven University in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm a junior right now. I currently don't play basketball. It was a big situation, but we finna get into that one.
So, man, just tell me, like, I played football, recruit, and all that. So how does basketball recruit, and like, how do you go about that?
Honestly, I think it's the same way as football. I know, like, I use the NCSA app, and I mean, honestly, you can use that. It's cool, but I don't think you really need it as long as like your coaches really like put you out there, and then you put yourself out there as well. It's really like knowing the system.
Y'all use like Twitter, Huddle? Like, how does that go about making your highlights and stuff?
I use Huddle, Twitter sometimes. I got into Twitter like late. Like, I was never on Twitter. I didn't make it Twitter. It's probably like the end of my senior year, and then I started putting stuff out there. But what's crazy is that, like, I didn't get my first offer until like right before I graduated, right before I walked the stage. I got my first football offer during the season, and I wasn't even going to play football, but I just got offered that.
I agree with the term. If you're good enough, a college coach or a coach will find you, no matter what your situation is.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with that. That's really how I was. It's like, I ain't getting no offer until
they'll find y'all, man. They'll find you.
They will. It's just like, it just takes time for real. Like, you can't really rush nothing, but you also gotta stay prayed up at the same time and work on everything you gotta work on for just yourself to get there. Honestly.
Let's talk about like the basketball schedule. Like, you know, football, we got Hell Week. Everybody talks about that. Your fall workouts, how that's just like hell, just running and working out all the time.
Right.
Is it similar in basketball? Like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I got there my freshman year, like the first night I got there, everybody that was on the team, we hooped from like, I think 9 to like 12 at night. It was just like meet everybody and hooping. But then after that day, every day we hooped until like the season started. Then we started working out. But like we got like a hell week too. But it's just weights. It's not even us running. It's literally weight training. And then we running like, obviously like, we doing like a little bit of conditioning. But football and basketball are totally different.
Yeah,
like we wasn't running out on the track, none of that. We was doing like 17s, suicides, or then just running on the field to build up like speed instead of like kind of stamina.
So what do you think your biggest transition was going from high school to college? Like, was it moving away from your family? Was it being on your own, like college classes, or was it you like, you know, just being homesick away from your people, not knowing nobody? Like, what do you think your biggest transition that you had to learn and get through was?
It was kind of homesick, not always being home. But I mean, I was like 4.5 hours away, so it wasn't that bad. It was just like, I don't got my mama or nothing. Like, I'm on my own. Like, everything I gotta do is on me. And then the schoolwork, the schoolwork is, boy, you want to go to college, don't matter you male, female, I'm telling you that college work is different.
You gotta be a student athlete.
OD, like I don't understand how much work I get like every day. And it also depends on your major, but still I be hearing like some business majors be going through it.
Yeah.
And I don't get that one. That's
sure.
bad. But I think probably like the most was probably like just the schoolwork and then balancing everything with workouts. Then to make sure I eat, make sure I get enough sleep to prepare for any games or just like the day in general.
It's hard to have a social life. I mean, I went to college football for a year. I mean, you got class. Well, we had breakfast checks at 5:30 in the morning. Then we had class right after you finished class. We had group workouts like defense, offense, and if that was too much, they were separated by like position. And like our workouts, we had like they basically took like a 45-minute workout and made us do it in 25 minutes on the whistle, just going and going. Then after that, we had lunch, back to on the field practice. And then after that, we had dinner checks, and then you back in your dorm going to sleep. And it's like, really, how do you fit a social life in that schedule, man? It's just hard, High school coaches, all that, they don't tell you all that on your visit.
Nah.
They're going to tell you, oh, you're going to love it here, man. We got all this stuff around campus you get to do.
Right.
But it's like, you don't got no time for it, man. I remember just being in my dorm, just on the weekends. Weekends are a little more chill, not as much. You still got to work out, practice and all, but I remember being in my dorm, me and my roommate just sitting there just in our beds talking. We hear all the regular students outdoors just having fun, and we like, dang, man, I wish I could just be a regular student for a chance, just like enjoy college life. Like, yeah, we get to every once in a while off season, a little bit, but during season, man, you don't got no time for nothing.
Right. It's really like a job. I honestly think like
that's what I tell
you going to college to play a sport, bro. Like when your sport is in season or right before it's a job. It's like you got two jobs: sports, and then you got the schoolwork. And the schoolwork gonna come first, cause if you ain't got them schoolwork, they gonna cut you, look for the next person, and then you gonna be back again trying to get right back to where you was at, man. That's
I mean, you look at Angela Reese right now at LSU. I mean, she biggest superstar right now, but she don't got that 2.0 GPA, so she on the bench. I mean, there ain't no way around them books. You gotta have them grades. You got those tutors, but tutors can't do the work for you. With that being said, with the transfer portal and basketball, I know it's very hard for high school football players to go D1 because all the coaches are going to the transfer portals.
right.
It's better for high school football to go JUCO. Is it becoming the same way in basketball? Like, should you go JUCO first or like D2, D3 and try to work your way up? Like, how is that in basketball right now?
Honestly, I think your best route, unless you like that coach don't got nobody trying to rebuild, then you can go to a straight 4-year.
Yeah.
But I think JUCO the best because you get your college experience for sure. You get you already gonna graduate your AA, so you already got 2 years for real. So you get like adjusted as you go.
Yeah.
But once you like go to a 4-year, bro, it's like you just walk into it.
Yeah.
Like you almost like a job. Like you don't know nothing. You just walk straight into it.
For sure.
It's hey, what's up? You gotta learn as you go.
Yeah.
And you basically just keep learning. Like right now, I'm still learning. I don't even play sports, but like the schoolwork it just keep piles and piling up, and then it's like trying to do the social life at the same time, and then be an athlete. I'm telling you, you may go crazy.
Yeah, I was talking to one coach the other day. It's like, we were talking about the Deion Sanders video interview, and he was talking about like, why would I risk my chance on getting a high school kid that hasn't made the transition into college? Don't know if he's gonna be built out to be away from his family, get through all the workouts, if he's gonna be mentally tough to stay. He don't want to take his risk on that when he can go to somebody in the transfer portal that's already made that transition, being away from the family, hard workouts, being in school, being by yourself, being responsible. So it's like, it's tough for these, high school kids to get those opportunities, to get those scholarships. So it's like JUCO is the best route to go, but we stay in the state of Florida, where it ain't much JUCO schools around here. Like, even to go JUCO, I think, the closest ones like Mississippi?
Yeah.
Actual JUCO?
Yeah.
I know Alabama has some smaller D2, D3 schools, same with Georgia, but I think Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, and the Carolinas, that's probably the closest JUCO that we can go. So
I mean, you got the ones in Panama, but like they looking from outside in. They really trying to. That's the only thing I really like about Florida. Like they look outside before inside, and it's cool. Like I understand. I mean, I know the system now. Like I understand that, but sometimes you got some high school people that can just go straight through JUCO, whether it's basketball, football, soccer. I know a lot of people that just could have went, and then they stuck at a 4-year, which it ain't bad. It's just like your chances are different because you do want to go D1. JUCO is like your route.
Yeah.
Because you get that experience. You get them 2 years, get your jitters out. Boom, now you can go to a way higher level school, or you just go to another D3, D2, it's all the same. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why people say D1, yeah, it's more competitive, it's more on a higher scale, but teams I didn't play my freshman year, it's D3, they look like D1 people.
For sure.
Like, it's just, so I don't really be, it's just the name, honestly, then how big the school is, what they offer, all the sports they got, because not every college got every sport or got all this other stuff, but it's just, it's a system, bro.
Yeah, it's all a business, you know. Coaches are there for one thing only, and that's to win. You know, it's a business. Like we're talking about, they gotta take chances. Who are they gonna take chances on? Yes, you might be a crazy hooper, you might be a crazy football athlete, but if you're a senior, you know that eye test. You'll hear that all the time when you're going through the recruiting process. The eye test. Are you 5'10" or are you 6'2"? Are you 6'2" or are you 6'7"? Do you weigh 190 or do you weigh 205? All that stuff, to a college coach, they look at all that. Yes, it's not fair, but that's what they do. It's all a business to them. They don't really care about the kids' feelings. They're there to win. So, let's get into your situation about your scholarship. You already said you're not playing basketball currently, but obviously you're going to get back into it. So let's talk about the scholarship situation and how college coaches can do whatever they want to do with their team. Let's get into that.
So I'm at a D3 school, so you don't get no scholarship for your sport. It's all academic.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So you go, D3, if you got the grade, you're going to get a lot of money just because you got the grade. So that's why I like D3, but it's just you don't get none for your attribute of being an athlete.
Yeah.
But so my freshman year, I went to school. I actually had 2 visits at 2 different schools. One was just right across the street from each other.
What schools are those?
Belhaven and Millsaps. So I went to Belhaven. And I loved it. I mean, the campus was cool, people was cool. I was doing great. Everything was just great. So I was like, I'm not even going to go to the other one.
Yeah.
So I just went there, and then boom. I talked about earlier how we, first day we got there, we hooped for 3 hours almost every day. Yeah. And it was fun. Everything's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that's actually my favorite college year was my freshman year because I was transitioning everything. But I was already before I got there, I was hooping a lot, working out just to get to that level because my AU coach, shout out to my aunt, Coach Bell, he always would just tell me, hey, you gotta stay in the you always gotta stay in the weight room, everything, and keep your head at a straight high level.
Yeah. So
that's what I did. So when I got there, it wasn't no problem. And the coach, he was a good coach. I like that coach. He was just sometimes he just couldn't coach real. Because at first, I probably got 15 minutes, probably the first 6 games or whatever, and then his return players hey, you need to play him. So then one game I got 22 minutes, next game I got 26, and then from then on I was averaging 30 minutes a game. And I was dang, as a freshman that's cool, but I wasn't scoring because some of the players didn't pass me the ball during the game, but in practice you would think I'm doing this in the game, but they just want to pass the ball, which wasn't no problem because it just taught me hey, I gotta get on my own. If I get the ball, whatever. Sometimes you gotta take things to your own consideration when you're by yourself, especially when you don't know nobody.
So while you were on the court, you said they weren't giving you the ball, so as that's affecting your mental, damn, offense side of the ball, what are you doing when you're not getting the ball? Are you cutting? Are you going to set screens? Are you just worried about defense at this point because you're not getting the ball? Are you worried about just shutting your man down, taking charges, being on help side, doing everything right on that side of the ball, just to stay on the court to prove yourself as a freshman like you were saying? So
really all that, honestly, I was going through, I was man, I ended up texting my coach hey, well, I'm not getting the ball, this and that and the third. He said, may say, they just trying to fill you out. And I understood that because that was the same thing I kind of went through in high school once I transferred to Choctaw. It was it wasn't bad, but I was just kind of getting used to it, and then they started passing the ball, everything like that. So things was getting better. It just had to take time, and that's just with everything. So everything gonna take time. So when I wasn't getting the ball, patience, right? Yeah, patience. So when I wasn't getting the ball, I would just always be locked in on defense. It didn't matter what it was. I mean, I can call them up right now. They know who got the strap on defense. I'm always gonna do it. And I was getting rebounds, assists, like all of that. So I was still touching it, but I just wasn't putting in the hoop at the time. Yeah. But that's really good about my freshman year. And then flash forward to my sophomore year. Bro, I was ready to go back. I get a call from coach saying that he's resigning, he's going to coach somewhere else. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't know if I wanted to go back. I didn't know. He said the coach was good, whatever. So everybody, we all in the group chat talking about it, like what we gonna do, just trying to figure things out. We didn't have a coach at the time. Yeah. So it was kind of like just free balling, really. Like we were just doing things on our own, trying to set stuff up, get back to the school. We ended up getting a coach. We was hooping. I remember first day I got back, we went to hoop. Everybody knew who I was, so everybody was looking at me like, man, like who is this dude? Like he must be some big type person. Like what's going on? So then I met the coach, whatever. We started hooping. I kid you not. And I can call anybody on the team right now, and it was there last year. I was busting everybody. Like I think I didn't lose. I think I lost 2 games. Yeah. And then I was getting into it, one of my closest friends right now. Not my friend, one of my closest brothers right now, Jay Fo, shout out, Cortez, Jordan, you know what it is, man. But it was just me and him clicked, and then he a real good player. Everybody on that team real deal fight. Yeah,
for sure. It don't matter your level, man. Right. It don't matter the level. Everybody, you make it to college, man. Everybody can play.
Everybody.
That talent, that if you relying on your talent, it's gonna catch up to you. You gotta really put in work once you get to that college level.
I'm telling you. And one thing I always said, looks can be deceiving. There's some people out there that do not look like they can hoop, play football, whatever. But hey, they some athletes for real. Sure. So then really just season came. Everything was good. It was no problem until right before the season started. I was always on the first team. I was always starting with the starting group. Yeah. And then come game time, come our scrimmage against Birmingham Southern, we did not. I played 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, why am I only playing 10 minutes? But I'm like, I'm not gonna get, he probably trying to. We had a whole bunch of freshmen, new people in. So okay, maybe he just whatever. First game, I warm up. I ain't took out my warm up. Second game, same thing. But I'm still practicing with the first group. Yeah. Why you got me practicing with the first group if you're not either gonna start me or play me with them or play me at all?
Yeah, it can be confusing.
Right. So then we losing games. So I think we 0-4 now. So I'm like, okay. Same thing happened. This probably November, I think. Yeah, right before Thanksgiving. We go on to this tournament. We win the first game by 16. The team really wasn't that good, but it was whatever. I think I played 5 minutes. Yep, I played 5 minutes, and then next game, I think we lost. I didn't play again. So then I texted him. I say, what's going on with all this? Yeah. He ain't had no answer for me. So then I was like, okay, I know what this finna be like. And I said, I'm not finna just go do that. So my mom was like, just give it, a couple more. I said, all right, I got it. I'll do that. Yeah. But in my head, I said, this thing keeps going, I'm done. I'm not finna one, waste my time or waste my mental, because I already was starting to drop down in my class because of everything that was going on. I had completely shut all of it out.
Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. The mental health part of college athletes, it's became a big thing now. Everybody talks about mental health, but they talk about it, but it's as an athlete, you're told to be tough. You're told to, you can't be weak. You got to fight through all this and that. And yeah, that's good physically. Everybody can do that physically if you make it to that level, you're used to that. Right. But once that mental part comes and you start losing your confidence, it's you get that question dang, do I even love this sport anymore? What am I doing? Is this for me? Those questions start popping up into your head. So, even my situation, I'm like, man, like I love this sport. Like, why am I not playing? I'm better than some of the people that's going and dressing out. I'm at a small little NAIA school. And I'm like, man, I'm better than some of the people that, is dressing with the first team, that's getting in. They might be stronger than me, but they ain't making plays there in practice. Like, I remember my first practice, I got in, I got a tackle for loss, a PBU. We couldn't tackle the quarterback, but they sent me on a blitz, and I was back there. Probably would have either been a sack or the ball would have been incomplete, whatever. But I was going through that same situation. Like, why am I not playing? It started getting to the time. I signed as an athlete, so they put me at linebacker first, and they were like, well, you're not getting minutes here. You're a great player, so let's move you to running back. Go over there. I'm doing all the drills, and the running back coach like, who sent you over here? I'm like, linebacker coach. And he's like, nah, we don't need no heavy backs. Like all the other backs are like 160, 180 and scat backs. And he was like, yeah, we don't need no heavy backs right now. I was like 225 at the time. He was like, yeah, go see if the safety coach wants you. I'm like, want you? What you mean by that? So I'm like, whatever. I go with the safeties, blah, blah, blah. He was like, hey, you're not tall enough, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, what's the deal? Like,
right.
So I go back to the linebacker coach, and he's like, yeah, just have patience, man. Your time's coming. I'm like, man. So I just got mad, blah, 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 my mental. And I was like, man, this school is just not for me. So I came home, tried to transfer to another school. They wanted me. My GPA wasn't right. So I'm like, man, forget this. So just come home, start working. I text my old head coach from the high school I'm working at now. I'm like, hey, can I volunteer? Just help y'all out wherever y'all need help at, whatever. It's all God's plan. That was a blessing. Season started coming. I'm helping the DBs. They gave me that position all to myself. So I'm like, hey, is this like always gonna be a volunteer position, or can we work away where I can start getting paid a little bit? And he texted me, he was like, are you transferring to another college or you staying? And I was like, it's looking like I'm staying home. So he was like, yeah, just come to my office and we'll put you on a contract to start getting paid.
Right. So,
that was just a blessing from God. But, just that mentor in college, like, man, you just don't know what the coaches are seeing. They don't really communicate with you as much. That connection isn't there like you're in high school. Like it's not as many, but they know you from freshman year, sophomore year, all the way up. You come in to a college coach, he sees you, he knows you, whatever, but he's going to recruit more players. He got all these kids in front of you. You're just like, you're just there unless you one of these great players that they love. So yeah, that mental part can get to you for real, but you just gotta, stay prayed up. Just follow God's plan for you, really. That's all you can do. But
and then, like, with coaches, like, I know what I had to deal through with my sophomore year, like, he didn't really talk to me for real. Like, it was like one couple times, and then it wasn't really like, he wouldn't say nothing to most of his players, unless it was people that he brought on that either lived in the city. And I wasn't like hating, like, but I'm like, bro, like, you text me this long thing talking about, oh yeah, we can't wait to have you, this and that. And then when I get there and I show you what I can do, and everybody know what I can do, that you stop talking to me. Like, I don't need nobody to talk to me. Like, I can get them on. I'd have been through this. It's my second year. I'd have been through a different coach, new coach. Like, come on now. It's just, like, you're not saying nothing, but you say everything to them. That's when everything is kind of like flip script. And then I just seen it. And it's crazy because now it's like, my junior year, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not hooping. Now I'm just strictly school. So it's like I'm seeing everything that he was doing to me, he doing to the players that's there now, or even the freshmen. So like they'll come to my room, or we'll just be in like the cafeteria talking, like, bro, like, you just gotta keep your head at the high. You can't really be getting low over stuff like this, cause you never know.
yeah,
Somebody may get hurt, somebody's grades may slip up, and then now it's your time.
yeah,
Me, I had already dealt through this, and people's grades was slipping. Things wasn't just going my way, and it wasn't a problem. It was just like, man, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I just stayed there for right now. But I got 2 years of eligibility left. Maybe 3. I have to look back at it, but I know I got 2. So if any college coach see this, I'm ready right now. You call me right now. I don't care where it's at, how far it is, what division you is. I will go play.
Yes, sir.
None of that matter.
Look, hey, probably link his highlights, all his stuff down in the description down below. Y'all get out my man. If you just a captain on the team or whatever, you see this, hey, help my man out. We over here trying to get him back on the court, get him to a good school. So, you know, let's talk about the, you know, the eligibility. You know, you look at some players. I think it's some dude. I don't know what school he at, but this is his 8th year of eligibility that the NCAA just granted him. So, bro, I promise you, I just seen it on Twitter. But like you know, you got your red shirt year. You can have an injury red shirt year. You know, they're giving COVID years, I think that's what they're calling academic year, eligibility year. I think so. Like if you're ineligible, you can be on the team and practice, but that year doesn't go against you.
Right.
So I mean, that's 4 years right there.
Right.
And then you get your 4 extra. That's 8 years. So it's like, how is that fair for, you know, the kids coming out of high school trying to get on a roster or get a roster spot when you got what? That'll make you what? You go to school at 19 plus 8. What's that? I ain't quick on my math. That's 20. Like you can't
almost 30.
Yeah, you can't ask a 17-year-old, 18-year-old to complete with a almost 30-year-old. Like obviously the 27, 30-year-old is gonna be better, but so it's like, should kids just go straight to JUCO, like not even try to go D1 or whatever? But just that eligibility is so crazy, and like what the NCAA will accept and what they won't accept, man, it's just tricky for everybody right now. And man, I don't know. Like
I think it's nothing. Like honestly, you can go wherever you want to go, but make sure, bro, like you gonna get your scholarship, you gonna get money from the school. Depending on what division you go, you get school scholarship and sports scholarship.
Yeah.
And then how far it is and how much you gonna have to spend out of pocket. Because student loans is a thing. Let's not get it twisted. And all these D1, I'm telling you, like, these student loans is high. So don't think just because it's D1, oh, I may get the best. There's people out here that went D2, D3, went JUCO, then went D1, D2, D3, and that's playing NFL, NBA, Major League, all that type of stuff.
I mean, you look at the NFL right now. There's more D2, D3, JUCO transfer guys that are in the league right now than it is those big D1 guys. I mean, you can blame it on they played more competitive in college and they got banged up and they can't do the things they used to, or you know, the athletes are just out there. If you're an athlete, crazy athlete, they'll find you, like we said earlier. You know, another thing, about your college and scholarships, you know, hey, go where it feels right, like family automatically, like everything just click. But you also got to take time to look at your scholarship, look at it on paper, you know, how much are they giving you? Are they giving you a full ride? Are they giving you partial? Or is it just academics? That's why academics is so, that's why, you know, high school, college, schools, we tell y'all, hey, GPA, get your grades. To all my athletes right now, get your grades, take the ACT, you know, get a good ACT score, all that good stuff, because that can play into account. You know, you can play college. You might have to pay, but you can play college. But if you don't want to pay, that's grades, all right? Your God-given attributes, your height, your weight, skill set. All that comes into play. So you just got to, hey, on your visits, unofficial, officials, you know, hey, don't just go to the hype stuff that they want you to go to, you know. Go off on the side, you know, ask somebody else, you know, what you think about this, because hey, some of them will be honest with you,
Right.
Some of them will be cat with you. The ones that they send to talk to you, they're gonna lie to you. They're gonna lie to you. So go.
Right.
You see an athlete. You're in the lunchroom eating their lunch, whatever. You see an athlete sitting outside, man. Hey, just sneak out to the side and ask him what he really feel about it. Because they're gonna send the kids that they know ain't gonna say nothing bad about the school to you. Those are gonna be the people you hear about on the visits all the time. That's gonna take you to the parties, take you to do whatever. Because those are kids the coaches trust. Coaches probably paying them to do this stuff for you. But yeah, go on the side. Ask those other ones what they feel about the school, how the school is, how the coaches really treat you. That's just advice I'll give you on your visits.
Yeah.
But
especially ask like different other college athletes, not just your sport. Like as you go for basketball, ask football, ask soccer, like just ask around. They're gonna have different things. It's all tied into one.
Yeah.
But like you just gotta ask around, bro, for real. Like the main thing is grades. Like when you go to college or anywhere, what you gonna do? Schoolwork is first. Schoolwork is first, and then it's gonna be yourself. Sports not even what you're doing is not even there yet. It's schoolwork, your mental, your attributes, as in height. I won't even say height. There's some people out there that's way short, way smaller, and killing. But take that into consideration on what college you're going to, and then that's when you start looking at what you do on the field, court, whatever you play. Because
it might be a school out there that offers you, but they might not offer the degree that you want to get into, the things that you're interested in. They might not have it. We got some players at my high school. They can go play. I think like D2 ball. They can go to JUCO and work their way up. Some of them got offers, but they're super smart kids. Like the one I'm thinking of right now, he wants to be like an engineer. His offer that he has right now, the school doesn't have engineering as a degree, so he's not going to take that. I think he's probably just going to go to FSU on Bright Futures and, just be a regular student. Hopefully he gets in with the team. He can be a manager so he can be around the sport. But, don't just commit to school just because, you want to play sports. Think of the bigger picture, your degree. What are you going to do with your degree when you graduate? Are they going to, do they have programs that you like to get you a job? Stuff like that. You got any tips for any student athletes that are watching this right now? How to go about college recruiting, what they should be trying to, stat lines for high school, anything they should be doing if they're in high school right now.
Grades. I'm gonna tell you right now. I may say grades 40,000 times.
Yeah.
So they gonna look at that first. I'm telling you, they gonna tell you when they start talking to you.
Them transcripts.
They gonna say send a transcript. Send your the last 2-3 years of your GPA, what you had. Them transcripts. Get them now. Get them right now. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, I did all my stuff late, so I had to go to the office like 20 times a day to make sure they sent it, to get it. I had to get electronic ones, bro. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So grades first, or if you need some help, call somebody around that may work out. Even if they don't play a sport, but they work out. Ask them, hey, can I train with you or something just to kind of get into it. I'm telling you, once you get to college, them workouts is serious.
Boy. And they usually
hard.
they usually send you, like, I know my school, they sent me little workouts to do during the summer before you get there. Boy, man, I did them, but I'm working out like at high school. I'll take a little couple breathers in between sets, doing some big weight. Like, I'm straight out doing the running, give myself a little break. Man, I got there, how fast they went, boy, wasn't no break. As soon as the first person finished the rep,
they going to another workout.
Boy, they hitting that whistle. Next man got to get under there.
Right.
And it's like, boy, you got to go fast. That muscle endurance. I think that's the most important. A lot of people work out right now. As a bodybuilder, trying to build all that strength and everything, but they don't got that endurance. You got to be able to do some weight fast and multiple times.
Right.
They be ready for those workouts, but
I don't know. I think for some more stuff, instead of, you don't want to lift weights, I'm telling you, just get some bands.
Bands are really
Like,
good.
when I got to college, I had bounce as it was, but when I got there, like, my bounce went from, like, here to, like, up there. And, like, just the time me getting off the ground was just crazy. Because all we did was bands most of the time. I think we went a whole month. All we did was bands. And then we went to weight training. And then we just went to strictly, like, just kind of sprints, getting our condition right, and then more bands. But, like, it worked. And I, honestly, and also eating right. They gonna have you on either a meal plan, they gonna tell you. Like, my Coach Nat, man, I ain't gonna lie, he about 5'2", but he looked like he about 200, 240. Like, he just big. And I just, like, every day I would eat, I would send him a picture of what I'm eating. He either tell me, go get more of this, or get less of this, but get more of this. And he was answering back. As soon as I snap it, he would look at it, he would either love it, tell me what it is, what I should do more of, or if we would go work out, he'd be, all right, go get this and get that.
Let's go back to, you know, like, stat lines. You know, what do you think is a good stat line for high school hoopers to have? You know, like, what should they be trying to achieve? You know, like, should they be trying to achieve, like, a double-double? You know, should they just go out there and just play their game, you know, let the game come to them? Or what do you think is the best mindset for a high school athlete to go out there, you know, and try to achieve basketball?
I think it just all depends on, like, where you at, and kind of, like, not really the system, because high school system is different from college system. But, like, say you got 2, 3 other dogs on the team that can go for 20, you can go for 22. Sometimes you may not need to go for 20, or maybe they got you shut down, so you kind of got to work around it and let them do what they got to do, just so y'all can win the games. At the end of the day, everybody want to win. And that's how it was. Like, I didn't care if I scored 10, if I scored 15, if I scored 5, or if I had 20 assists but only had, like, 2 points. There was sometimes where I had 5 points. I don't got to be sad to say that. I had 5 points. It wasn't scoring, it's just that I was passing the ball more, or doing more on defense.
Letting the game come to you.
Right, because they had me shut down. Or then sometimes they have Jamil. Everybody knows Jamil is. My homeboy Jamil, they had him kind of like...
We're going to get on here soon.
Right, for sure. We got to. He doing crazy right now. But, like, other than that, like, they'll have him shut down sometimes. Sometimes they have almost everybody just kind of face guard, and then it's like we got to work around it. And then we had the subs come in. They'll have to do some stuff. It just all depends. I really just say let the game come to you.
Let the game come to you.
Don't rush it. If you didn't score in the first quarter, you're going to score in the second quarter. If you don't score in the first 2, 3, 4, or 3 quarters, you may score in the last quarter. You never know when it's going to be your time to have to put that ball in the goal.
Yeah,
it's just like you may score one time, a couple minutes go by, you may score 3, 4 times. It just all depends. It's just how the game goes. You can't really predict the game. You just got to go out there and play them 4 quarters for 8 minutes. Or then once you get into college, with 2 quarters for 20, or 2 halves for 20 minutes, and just let it go.
So, you know, just let the game come to you. You know, hey, it's not all about scoring. So if you're having an off night, whatever, your shot not falling, shot not feeling good, pass the ball around, get those assists, you know, lock in on defense, get a couple steals, focus on them rebounds, all that good stuff. I think that's about it for this episode 1. Of, you know, just talking to college athletes, you know, getting their opinions about things, asking them questions. I appreciate you for coming out, my dog.
For sure.
We're going to keep making videos. I keep asking college athletes. If y'all live in this Panhandle, Florida area, and y'all know somebody y'all want me to interview, leave them down below. But, you know, just to sum up everything we talked about, got to have grades. You got to be good at your sport to get recruited. Got to be mentally tough, go on your visit, and take everything into accountability, you know, how far you are, all that good stuff, because, hey, that transition, that mental part, it can be tough. But we'll catch y'all later. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Baby, I can pop out right now, pull my big one on these hoes down. I'm not acrobatic, I'm not flipping on my bros, no. All my shit be factual, I cannot get exposed. Grew up talking shit, I catch a bitch before I catch a cold.